It is the year of Leicester City. FA Cup winners for the very first time.
Congratulations. I think we've just seen how much that means to you, running towards the fans. Can you even begin to sum up how you feel? I'll come a bit closer. How on earth are you feeling right now?
I can't, I'm so happy I can't begin to describe it. I want to say hello to my kids, my wife at home. Love you guys. It's a shame we can't all be together today, but wow, what a day.
What was that moment like at the end when you ran up to the fans to celebrate?
Amazing, undescribable. It's what dreams are made of. I've dreamt of this since I was a child. You know, we've talked about wanting to win trophies, and the performance today, the grit and determination. So proud of everybody. You know, everybody's contributed to get to the final. Everybody's played. Everybody's been sensational. All the team behind the team, all the medical staff, everyone just absolutely amazing. That's why when you work together and you do things properly, and you have an internal belief, that's what you can achieve. You
mentioned there doing things properly. You spoke about it in the week. How much is this for the owners as well? Yeah,
it's exactly that. You know, none of you will be able to see on the inside of our shirts. We have a picture of him, so he's always with us, Kunvichai, and obviously for Top, this is what we dreamt of. This is what we talked about so many years, and today, for the fans, look at it. It's just it's amazing. It's amazing.
Of course, Yuri will get the headlines for this one for his goal. But Yuri will get the headlines for his goal. But how big were those saves from you at the end?
I mean, look, Yuri, wow, what a finish! What a finish! You know, it's one I didn't even dare to celebrate because, you know, there's always going to be a VAR or something, so didn't dare to celebrate it, but yeah, what can I say?
And where can this Leicester side go from here? Does this feel like this is the beginning of something very special at Leicester?
Listen, today is an amazing day. It's a great day, and we'll enjoy it thoroughly. But we're training tomorrow. We play them again on Tuesday in a massive game again. So we, you know, like I said, today we enjoy it. Tomorrow we have to dust ourselves down, and we can't really think about that anymore because you know they're a top class side. They're going to want revenge.
Casper, congratulations. Enjoy that trophy lift. Cheers.
Right. We should talk about the game at some point. A game of football we saw. I tell you what, it might not have been the best game of football. It was an emotional game of football, but it did have one of the greatest ever FA Cup final goals, and it was the only one we had.
Well, it was going to take something special to break the deadlock. I mean, Chelsea will complain maybe about a possible handball there, and that you can see him there. He knows what's around him straight away. He's got the picture in his head, takes a couple of touches, and oh my word, what a strike that is. The keeper's got no chance.
I suppose that's the difference, you know.
Comes off his knee onto his arm. I think that's why they didn't give handball.
Yeah, but that's the difference. I think that in games like this, big games like this, you get a quality player that gets his moment, and that was his moment, and he took it because he is a class player. And what you want to do is you want to hit the target, make the goalkeeper make the save. In this instance, he's got no chance for that, but that's what happens when the quality players get their moment. He takes it.
Can you imagine if that one had been ruled out, a goal of that quality?
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
But as soon as he got it out of his feet, you know, I'm begging the defender to step out and stop it because he's got such a quality strike. You don't want him shooting in and around that box. Top corner.
Oh
way
dear,
to finish
this will be embarrassing. Oh, sit down, you old man.
You said it.
I was here 52 years, exactly the same stadium, but I had a different emotion on that occasion. And I thought I was going to suffer the terrible fate again, but VAR saved the day for Leicester.
Well, the thing with the VAR is that we've been seeing them all season. It's tight. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to try and time your run in that respect simply because it's so tight, but we've seen them all season. It's very tough to take, I've got to say it. You know what I mean? I'd be absolutely devastated if I lost the cup final of a decision this close, but it's what's been happening and we're getting used to it.
What do you think, Alan?
He's offside, isn't he? I mean, it's not the millimetre ones that we've seen so many of them that you can, at least on this one here, you can.
I thought I'd allow you to say that rather than me say it, obviously.
Tough to take.
Yeah, but it was almost like Leicester got 2 goals. I mean, the celebration of the Leicester fans,
the celebration
when the goal was disallowed, was as much as the goal.
It was. gosh, it was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing.
Extraordinary scenes. I mean, Thomas Tuchel's reaction is, you know, obviously like yours was, Ashley.
No, you know, you see the elation from the Leicester fans and deflation from me, but no, I think he was marginally offside. It was a great run initially, but, you know, ultimately VAR called it right and killed my hopes again.
Devastated for my mate Ollie.
Kasper Schmeichel. Wow. I mean, he's a big game player, Kasper Schmeichel. He's been brilliant all season. Possibly the best keeper in the country this season, I don't know, but what a save.
What two saves, Gary. I mean, the first one here from Chilwell, we weren't quite sure from where we were whether it would hit the post or it was him that actually saved it, but he gets down to his right-hand side there quickly, doesn't he? And the pitch is wet, so the pace of the ball was going to pick up as well, which it did. He just manages to claw it out, doesn't he?
Little flick, I think, onto the post, wasn't it?
There it is, look.
Yeah.
Just enough. Brilliant.
Brendan's got hold of the cup. Let's have a look at Kasper Schmeichel's other save, which was a truly world-class save.
This was
incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, you can see the disappointment on Mason Mount's face because he thinks when he's hit that, he struck it as well as he could. I mean, how he gets down to his left-hand side there, he doesn't really see it till late. Not only that, but also keep the power, the big, strong wrist to push it out.
It's a feat. The way he sorts his field quick to change his direction was brilliant there, Cash.
I think we've seen one of the best goals in a cup final and one of the best saves in a cup final.
Yeah, from minute one, you know, I saw him organising. You know, he's back four, back five, whoever's in that defensive area. You know, and I do think he's underrated. I don't think he's spoke about like some of the other goalies in the Premier League and even around Europe. And when needed today, he's pulled off two worldies.
Leicester, I think Tielemans been very good. Thomas has put in a very good performance. Left back Fofana's had a couple of impressive blocks, but I'm just waiting for 3 or 4 of the Chelsea players to kick into gear now. There's not really one of them got into the pace of the game yet, so I'm expecting more the second half.
I think Chelsea overall have been in charge.
I think so, yeah. But Al, for me, with the way that Timo Werner's been able to spin off of Sionchi, because I feel he's somebody you can spin off of him all the time, and he's got into positions. But I just think some of the times he's just made the wrong decision. I think that Chelsea, with the possession they've had, they could have done better with the opportunities they've had. But you know, Leicester, there is a danger about Leicester because Tielemans, like you said, Al, he's starting to just ease into it if he gets time. Tactically,
you would say Chelsea have edged it as well, Ashley?
I think so. I think, you know, Mason Mount has found some little spaces in between Sionchu and Leicester midfield. Werner always on the shoulder, willing to run in behind, so I think he's caused a little bit of damage. But, you know, you want to see Mason Mount on the ball a little bit more and be a little bit more creative in there as well.
Yeah, I suppose overall for the fact that Chelsea have probably dominated large elements of the game, Leicester have arguably had the best chances.
Well, 2 chances, both of them I think fell to Jamie Vardy. Some good movement from him in the first half. Soyuncu had a couple of set pieces as well, which they've looked at a threat from. But other than that, it's been a little bit bitty, but you can totally understand. Yeah. Ball goes in behind Alonso here, and if you just watch Vardy there, he just halts his run there just for a split second, and that enables him to get a yard of space, but the defenders just blocked it. There hasn't been another chance there for Vardy. Just doesn't manage to get up enough and guide that on target. A little bit bitty for chances, but nothing on targets yet.
Most of those involved Tielemans, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, the thing with him is that he's slowly, as the last 10, 15 minutes of that half as well, he's slowly getting on the ball, getting into some space. And we saw with Jamie Vardy, he doesn't need many touches. He just needs just that right amount of space in there. Tielemans will find him. So that's the problem I've got with Chelsea at the minute. If they carry on doing what they're doing and missing chances and not making the best of their chances, Tielemans and Vardy they'll punish him.
I just think the one player that hasn't got into the game as yet is Iheanacho. There's too many things that are bouncing off him. What I would like to see more of him from him is that run to go short, to go in behind, because I think that can be on and be a problem for Chelsea.
Do you think there's a sense that he's got the old Wembley jelly legs?
Absolutely.
He looks a little bit that way.
He looks heavy. There's opportunities for him to be spinning Rudiger, and he's not doing it.
Yeah. Nerves can play that trick at times, can't they?
They can. I felt a little bit sorry for him in the first half. You know, it's not going right for him. His touch has been a little bit, you know, off and baggy at times. But, you know, hopefully second half he'll come back into it, get the confidence from the
What are you
manager.
asking him about nerves for with his medals?
He's got an 8 suit.
Still felt him.
I was talking about the final he lost out of the 8.
Oh, right.
That was Mason Mount, actually, you mentioned him. He constantly gets in great little positions, always a threat. Had one opportunity, long-range effort, just wide.
Yeah, he did. You know, he's picking up these little pockets, and it's very, very difficult for Soyuncu to get tight. You don't know whether to go, you know, tight or stay in position. And then here, you know, should he have hit the target?
Yeah.
Probably. Little deflection. But I think Mason Mount has been the key to Chelsea's attacking threat, to be honest.
He just takes it. Werner just takes this off Azpilicueta's head, doesn't he? There, I mean, he's ready. He's pulling his neck back, ready to get it there, and Werner just takes it away from him.
Wonderful bit of defending. Werner gets in here as well.
Werner, good. That's a great block from Fofana. Great
defending.
Yeah.
Werner's been in one or two of those positions, isn't he? When he's driving at the defence there, and the shots opened up from that angle, and he had one that went past the other post earlier on in the half as well.
And he blazed one over the bar, didn't he? About 20 yards over the bar.
They're half chances where really you should be hitting the target.
The best thing about it, can I just say about the best thing in the half is when Werner went over the bar and all the fans went, way!
And so did you.
And you,
and so did you. It seems a little bit cruel, this, for Kelechi Iheanacho. It's been absolutely brilliant for Leicester in recent weeks, scored loads of goals, but we talked about the fact that it wasn't sticking.
It wasn't, and the thing is that, like I said, with this kind of game, you can't let the occasion take over. You've got to do the right thing. So if you come short, you've got to make sure that you link the play. And if there's an opportunity to spin, you've got to spin. It has so many opportunities to spin Rudiger out, and he's just not done it.
Yeah, and when it's not quite happening for you, the thing to do is not keep coming short. Give your teammates an option to go the other way, because you keep coming short, then the defender's expecting you to do that, and then all of a sudden just spin the defender and give him a different option.
Yeah, interesting there. It looks like Brendan's saying exactly that.
He's saying that because what you got, they need him. They need him, especially when you've got someone like Maddison on the bench. You know, if he's not going to get going, they can get someone like Maddison on who will get hold of the ball and will make something happen.
A big miss for Leicester, Johnny Evans going off. It's obviously they made the gamble. Obviously, you can get 5 substitutes as well in the FA Cup final, so possibly was worth the risk for his experience.
It was, and I think as a player, you always want to play in these special games and important games. So, you know, credit to Evans to want to play, but yeah, it's always a risk in it, right?
To be honest, you know, I'm standing with a fused ankle because I took injections for the final, the Sheffield Wednesday final. You want to play in these games. You want to take the chance. Yeah, I won them though, so it was worth it for me. Unfortunately,
brave as a lion. In.
Brave as a lion.
Have you seen him hobbling around now though?
I got the medals though. It was worth it for me.
I don't think Tuchel will need to tinker, will he? Too much at half-time. He'll probably be quite satisfied, except possibly getting bodies in the box when they're broken.
Yeah, they've been in one or two dangerous positions, and Ash has mentioned Mason Mount. If they can just try and get him on the ball a little bit more, and then try and gamble and get players into that box. And I don't think he'll change too much in the first 10 or 15 minutes.
as well, I think. I've not seen too much of Ziyech as well. He needs to do a bit more as well.
Wondering on a Leicester perspective, Ian, it's a lot of the success has come when they've played 4 at the back in the past, but in recent weeks, perhaps because of injuries, they've been forced to play this way with 2 up top. I wonder if there'll be a shift perhaps in that. He'll change that and maybe take Iheanacho off.
Well, if he carries on playing like he is, you probably, you know, as well as he's done up to this point, you probably have to make that decision.
But sometimes you get second half legs, don't you?
Well, hopefully he does get second half legs, because if he keeps first half legs, he's going to be going off. He needs to do something. He needs to get going, because Vardy needs him, because Reece James is doing a fantastic job on him at the moment.
Time to give you 3 a little breather, but we'll be back.